Welcome to our channel on near-death experiences, NDEs. We'll explore stories of people who've been on the brink between life and death, returning with new perspectives. These accounts offer a unique glimpse into existence, life's meaning, and the universe. Each video is a journey through transformative experiences and spiritual discovery. We're creating a space of understanding and sharing for these extraordinary stories. Whether you're here out of curiosity or seeking comfort, we hope to bring you peace and awareness. Join us on this journey of spiritual exploration. Every moment is an opportunity to grow and love. Thank you for being here with us.
The man recounts experiencing a near-death experience, NDE, while in the intensive care unit. During this episode, he claims to have actually died, describing death as a difficult process. In his experience, Jesus was present beside him, and together they looked over the edge of a well, perhaps towards hell or earth. The man compares this sensation to when, as a child, he would look over the railing of a bridge to see the water below, emphasizing that it wasn't frightening, but they simply observed. Jesus embraced him, showing his love. The man expresses a desire to remember other details of the experience, considering them very important, but admits that the administered medications might have influenced his memory. However, he firmly states that he was there, that he died and then woke up again in his own body. He describes the return as a profoundly sad experience, comparing it to the transition from freedom with God to a new earthly imprisonment. Regarding the medications or substances that might have influenced the experience, the man declares that he doesn't know exactly which medicines were administered to him. He remembers seeing and hearing nurses and doctors administering medicines, but maintains that these had no impact on the experience he lived, considering them irrelevant in relation to what was happening and the place he was going to. The man states that the experience was extremely difficult to express in words. He believes it's impossible for anyone to truly understand where he had been unless they've personally experienced it. He has tried to explain what happened to his family, but without success, and this makes him feel alone. He maintains that there are no adequate words to describe what he experienced, defining it as beneath the truth. At the time of the experience, the man was in a life-threatening situation, dying of pneumonia. He reports having no air in his lungs and being without a pulse 3 times. During the experience, he describes his state of consciousness as completely lucid, aware of the pain and efforts made to save his life before he left. He claims that the condition he experienced was better than the earthly one. The man categorically denies that the experience was similar to a dream, maintaining that it was reality. Regarding the separation of his consciousness from his body, he declares himself undecided. He describes his form outside the body simply as himself, whatever that means. He was aware of the efforts of doctors and nurses to save him, but he already felt far away, in a place he perceived as better. When asked to describe the emotions experienced during the event, the man compares the task to describing the universe, stating that it's beyond all known words. As for unusual sounds or noises, he remembers hearing what was happening around him in the intensive care unit, including people's voices and concerns. Subsequently, he found himself elsewhere, in a place he describes as pleasant, warm, and friendly, where God was present and everything was fine. The man is undecided about passing through a tunnel or enclosed space. However, he claims to have crossed a kind of barrier, not the classic luminous tunnel that many talk about, but a passage from here to there. He expresses anger and frustration at having returned, clearly preferring the place where he was. Regarding the encounter with other beings, the man claims to have met Jesus, describing him as kind, warm, and affectionate. He maintains that Jesus welcomed him and that he is real, reinforcing his pre-existing faith with this direct experience. The man did not relive past events from his life during the experience, nor did he observe or hear anything related to people or events that could be verified later. He expresses frustration at the fact that no one believes in the place where he was, despite it being confirmed that he died 3 times. He claims to have visited admirable or particular places, levels, or dimensions, and to have had the sensation of a modification of space and time. Furthermore, he maintains that he had access to particular knowledge, a purpose, and/or an order of the universe. The man describes reaching a limit or a physical delimitation structure, passing from here to there. He describes the place as wonderful, warm, and good, preferring it to earthly life. He claims to have been involved in a decision to return to the body, but against his will. He expresses the desire to remain there, stating that living is the difficult part, while being with God is the good part. After the experience, the man has not developed special or paranormal gifts, but has undergone a significant modification of behavior and beliefs. He feels profoundly changed, with a new perspective on what is truly important in life. He describes himself as a stranger in the earthly world. The experience has had a significant impact on his relationships, daily life, and career choices. The man reports feeling different, having experienced personality changes, and having the impression of no longer being in his place. His relationships, particularly the one with his wife, have been profoundly affected. He describes his wife as too busy in the material world and ignorant of what will come after, feeling that he no longer has anything in common with her. The man has shared his experience with other people, but laments that no one believes him. He states that many attribute the experience to the effects of medications or drugs, but he firmly maintains that there is another place beyond earthly life and that death is not the end. He expresses frustration at the incomprehension of those who have not lived a similar experience. He describes the worst part of the experience as the feeling of detachment from everything that surrounds him in earthly life. His life has changed specifically as a consequence of this experience, with serious relationship problems with his family and an imminent divorce. He can no longer live with a person who doesn't understand or believe in the reality of what he has seen. He states that the things he previously considered important are no longer so, giving priority to relationships over material goods. The man concludes by affirming that no other element in his life, medication, or substance has reproduced any part of the lived experience. He considers that the questions asked and the information provided completely and accurately describe his near-death experience.
If you enjoyed this video or you're interested in the topics we cover on this channel, I'd be really grateful if you could subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content. Share the video with someone you think might appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. Preface: near-death experiences, NDEs, can be profound, life-changing events. Remember, NDEs are subjective experiences, not proof of an afterlife or a guide for living. Channel purpose: this channel shares NDE stories and information, providing a platform for open discussion without promoting specific beliefs. Disclaimer: this content doesn't replace professional medical or psychological advice. If struggling with mental health issues, seek professional help immediately. If you've had an NDE and need support, consult a therapist experienced with NDEs. We don't promote suicide or self-harm. If considering suicide, contact a prevention lifeline immediately. Suicide prevention resources: National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 1-800-273-8255. Crisis text line, text HOME to 741741. Conclusion: we hope you find this channel informative. For questions, please contact us. Remember, suicide prevention is crucial. If you're struggling, seek help. You're not alone.